when I said to my husband, I was like, I was one of the slowest people. Like, it's kind of embarrassing. He's like, yeah, out of the people that showed up. Like, I mean, it's true though.
Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Welcome back to
The Cimorelli Podcast.
Wait a minute. I don't know what number this is.
262. I just told you that.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, she just told me that.
I was thinking this is such a good number to rember.
262.
Surely she won't.
Surely.
That's what I was thinking.
Because you cursed me with the won't forget. This episode number 262. And today, this is a very special episode because we're going to be doing a triathlon recap with our triathletes. Slay Queens. And our triathlon spectators
yes,
here.
we were quite the spectators.
We were.
Maybe
we
we
were
were
running back and forth trying to
Yeah,
catch.
you did your own triathlon.
Which we need to tell. We will tell all about that because we had how
Yeah.
many people were in this triathlon before we get into it? It was you.
Hundreds.
Well, not the random people. I mean, people in our
There
Five
was-
of us.
Yeah,
yeah,
five
five
of them.
siblings of our siblings.
of the siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex,
Not Lisa,
Nick,
not
and
including
Joey.
Lisa?
Because Lisa got sick,
Yeah, Lisa was supposed to, but she got sick.
Plus Alex's father-in-law.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
we were rooting for too. So we had 6 people we were rooting for.
Iconic.
Yeah. Only,
It was so fun.
I think just under 300 people did this triathlon. So,
it was
pretty
all these-
exclusive.
All these adult
Oh.
athletes everywhere you
Yeah.
look.
Athletes.
I can't believe we did that. Wow, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, anyway, it was quite the feat.
Crazy.
It was a big moment. Would you say it was a really big moment for you?
Yeah.
I don't process things in the moment. So I was like,
Right now, would you say? It was a big moment?
It's becoming one over time.
I love that.
It's like a photograph,
I'm
slowly
trying to hype it up.
developing.
Yeah, it's developing.
It was
To
a.
say yes, it was a
I
huge
think it was
moment
one of the
too.
biggest
no, it
things
was.
I've ever done.
It was,
Like,
but I'm still in shock.
biggest challenges.
that you actually did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It
'cause
doesn't
that's
feel
insane.
real. It's like a fever dream.
That
Yeah.
would shock me.
Well, because you weren't like someone who's like, I did triathlons as a child all the time, and I used to run all these long distances, and I used to do all these long distance.
I did do a triathlon when I was 8, but my athletic career ended when I was 10.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You
So-
weren't someone who had been doing all these sports
Yes.
forever, and it made sense. Like, of course she's gonna do a triathlon. I was like
No.
shocked that you guys were gonna do a triathlon.
Yeah. You're like, a lazy lump like Low
I
key,
was
though.
Shocked. No.
Bedridden.
Anyway, we'll get into that. Let's start with our
Highs and lows of the week.
And I'm going to start with mine since I have my announcement, which already has been announced when you see this, so it's not an announcement.
Oh.
Is that today I took my pregnancy test. That was
Whoa!
Crazy.
the podcast people, they get the scoop sometimes. Because you're in the moment telling this.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah. So I just found out that I am
Today.
pregnito,
Oh my
very
gosh.
early pregnant, due in March, allegedly. Like when you've miscarried, as I have, then it's like feels extra alleged. Like
Yeah.
allegedly, because you
Well,
just
it's
don't
super
know.
early, too.
You just
yeah.
don't know. But my policy is like I celebrate anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
I celebrate anyway, and then if I get to meet the child, that'd be amazing. If I don't, then I don't. But I've been through that before, so I'm announcing it very early because I don't want to go through the first trimester in isolation.
I love it.
I think
Because
it makes it
that's
harder.
so hard. Because you're just like sneaking around, sick out of your mind, just like
Yeah, I
by
don't want to do that.
yourself.
I ain't doing that. So that's my high of the week.
Yay!
What a high!
Another Cimorelli.
I was
kid!
shocked.
Crazy.
In a
Another
good way.
Sim kid.
Yeah,
Another
I feel like you were not expecting that.
No, I did not think it would happen this soon again. I just thought there's no way it can happen this soon
Crazy.
again. But then I thought about mom, and I'm like, it happened really soon every time.
Yeah.
She didn't have any time where she went like forever and didn't get pregnant ever.
No.
So yeah. Well, if you guys are thinking soon, my last child was years ago. I mean, like of trying to conceive. It happened in the first month again, which sounds crazy to me. That's like the 3rd or 4th time that has happened of 4 times. So that's
Wow.
crazy. So I was not expecting it. So anyway, that's crazy.
Which is funny because in theory you should expect it. Because it's been every time.
Okay, statistically, I shouldn't expect it.
But statistically for you, you should.
Yeah.
I guess, but the odds every time are still like the same, I guess.
The odds
but
for
not for
you
me, I
are
guess.
different.
Not for me, I guess.
Because
for
now you have a lot of data.
For now. Because now I'm going to be a geriatric pregnancy.
Get her a cane, folks.
If you're 35 and over, I guess, it's a geriatric, or does this have to be over I think it's 35. Geriatric pregnancy. And I'm almost 35. So that's my high. I don't think I have much of a low this week.
Wow. Love that. Couldn't be me.
I didn't really have a low this week. I mean, I have pregnancy hormones right now, and it's not bad yet. I'm pretty good.
Love
That's
it.
good.
Wow.
Slide.
Pretty good.
Pretty good
So-
tweeting.
That's my high. Next.
Oh. Well,
Well,
I don't know who's going.
Okay, I'll go.
what's your high?
My high was I went thrifting.
You
And I
did?
got this shirt and this necklace.
Wait, I
Wow.
was noticing how cool that necklace was.
Thank you. I got a bunch of cool necklaces.
Wait, when did you go thrifting?
Wow.
Over the weekend.
Oh, wow.
Where did you
Tell
go?
me.
Did you go to like Goodwill or
Did
more
you
like
wanna go?
specialty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you go with
I don't
your
know.
boy or yourself?
No, I went with Mel.
Got
Guys,
it.
you know what? I'm just going to text Ariel.
Okay.
I'm just going to text pregnant. That's all I'm going to say to her.
I love it.
My
Okay.
real-time updates. of
Wow.
No,
telling
I
people.
love thrifting.
Yeah, I was just
Okay,
thinking
well,
about
we were
thrifting.
talking about it, so we went.
And it's
I feel like
you're
it's
allowed
so
to have Melanie, you're allowed to go thrifting with just Lauren. I know you're watching and we love you.
It's so hard to actually find good stuff. I feel like I rarely find good stuff.
But
Yeah.
you always seem to find like something good.
Yeah, I'm like on the hunt.
Thrifting is so
But I went to this
fun.
other place that was like
Oh, was it-
curated thrift, and I
Oh.
just felt like
It
I was
wasn't
gonna
as
get
good?
bullied by the employees.
Oh.
Wait, so you found the stuff where? Not
I
at the
went
curated
to
one?
at like old people running it kind of place. You know?
Where?
Oh.
Oh, sorry. never mind.
I'm like at this address.
But you're saying not a Goodwill, like more of a specific thrift shop. that's
Yeah,
like,
but
like
more a
Kintown
Goodwill
like
shop.
type,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a charity thing.
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Okay,
cool.
no. Yeah.
But was it pretty much just like Goodwill?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, which is random.
Well,
stuff.
that's where I always find, but all I just get is like t-shirts.
Yeah, well, that's what this is. I also got a sweater
shirt.
vest.
Ooh, I love a sweater vest.
But I tried out a bunch of stuff, but it didn't really fit. But anyway, got something good, so I was pleased. I got a bunch of necklaces.
I love it.
My low was just some mental turmoil.
I will second that as my
Yeah.
low too. Is mental
Yeah,
turmoil.
it's
I
just
think
a rough
it's going
life.
around.
But you know,
Get well
you
soon.
get up every day,
yes.
And you
and
keep
you get
getting up.
after it anyway.
Yes.
And
No,
you keep
literally.
getting
You
up.
do what you can. You eat a bag of Cheetos.
Yes, and you keep going. You
Keep
carry
pushing.
on.
You've been loving
Drink some
Cheetos lately.
lemonade. I know.
I don't think I've ever heard you mention Cheetos until recently.
Because it was more of like a once in a while thing, but now I just keep craving them.
Oh.
I don't know. It's like my new thing.
My
Love it.
recent craving is frozen breakfast burritos.
But defrosted,
You eat
right?
them frozen?
No, just like not like a restaurant one is my point here.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Like the really good. What are they? Is it Reds? Is that the? Is
Oh,
yeah.
those are good.
I'm
Those are good.
obsessed.
I love breakfast burritos.
I used to be upset. Wait, which kind do you get? I used to be obsessed
I do
with
the
those.
meat lovers one.
Oh, I never had that
So
one.
many, so much meat.
Love it.
But
Actually,
yeah.
that's one that I hate.
I love it.
I like. Wait, is it a breakfast one?
Yeah.
I like
So
the
it's eggs and a bunch of meat?
chorizo.
Yes.
Ooh.
I like the Canadian bacon one.
Oh, that one's
And
good
the
too.
turkey sausage
Yes.
one. Those
That
two are
one's
the best
good.
taste for me.
I
don't know why.
love a
There's
breakfast
other-
Hey,
burrito.
Max and I make homemade ones, and they are
Oh,
they're
of course
okay,
they
so
are.
good.
Smith.
Yeah,
They
it's
are
not
so good. Let me tell you.
Cast the real Nara Smith up in here.
Betty Crocker.
I'm not making the tortillas from scratch, but it's you just
But
do.
you totally
Okay, this
could.
is a combo that I love.
No, that's
It's-
Alex. Alex is Nara Smith making the
Oh
tortillas
yeah,
from
our brother.
scratch.
He's like sourdough.
He made homemade tortillas and we had tacos with them and they were amazing.
That sounds really good.
Except every once in a while, I have a Nara Smith moment.
Yeah, you're like, I made this Greek yogurt
Yeah, I go,
bagels.
I'm going to make pasta from scratch, and then I'm going to make sauce from scratch.
Wow,
I
Love
did
it.
that
that's impressive.
last time I was pregnant, actually. I'm like, I got to make it from scratch right now.
Wow.
But anyway, no, most
But yeah, this is my combo.
to you.
us.
You make potatoes and onions. You make them crispy
that's
on the
good.
stove top with some
Way.
oil.
Do potatoes always take 7,000 years to
They
cook?
do take a long time. So start those first.
I thought it was just me.
Yeah, potatoes, onions,
Okay.
bacon, eggs, and homemade guac.
Oh.
And some cheese.
Katherine,
I
It
like
is so
beans
good.
in it. Black beans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never do
Yeah.
potatoes, and I think I need to.
Yes.
Crispy potatoes
I'm like,
with
what-
onions.
what was
It
I
is
thinking?
so good.
I feel like burritos,
Yum.
breakfast burritos would be a really good meal prep.
yes.
Yeah.
You can make
Oh,
them
yeah,
in
Nick
freezer.
did
Did
that.
we make you a bunch when
Oh my
you were
gosh.
pregnant for your
Okay, we
nesting
need to do that
party?
for you, Christina.
like,
We gotta
20
do a
Because-
nesting party.
Oh,
for you.
yes,
we need to do a
we
nesting
need
party.
to do
And we
that.
need to do a bunch of breakfast burritos because that saved
We
me postpartum.
have to do that.
Saved
I have
me.
never had any kind of prep going on.
Oh my
and I
gosh.
needed
We made a
it.
bunch of muffins, which was
Yeah,
such
we
a
did
great
that
little snack.
once.
for food.
Oh, not food.
No.
Yeah,
I
you
need
realize
food
later
prepped.
on, you're like, this is the best, like, helping people organize, clean, make meals. I think in the beginning, it's like everyone needs, like, baby gear.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, I just need help with, like, practical
I
stuff.
feel like I
Yeah.
need nothing.
I love nesting parties.
as a
Can I
third,
take your
as a
fully-
third time mom.
And both genders.
I feel like all
So you
I
got-
need is to wear a baby carrier, which I have, and then I feel like all you need for a baby is a baby carrier.
And a crib.
Oh, I have a bassinet. I have a
No,
bassinet.
just sat on the floor.
No, I have a bassinet and I have a baby carrier. And I feel like I'm good.
You're like, I just stand and sleep.
My baby will be standing from day one.
You mean like other than the very obvious like
Yeah, I feel like I don't need
diapers
anything.
and a crib? Yeah.
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 You got all the gadgets.
Honestly, I
gadgets
feel
and
like I
big
didn't
bros.
use a whole lot. Like for my
Yeah.
second, like or third, like I was just kind of like
Yeah.
just kind of throw them on the little not bobby thing. What is it called?
the little
The
carpet
snuggle
thing.
me organic, which he liked for like a
I
I
month.
love
just
it.
strap them to me for the first year. So
Good luck. I love
There
it.
you have it.
There you have it.
Okay.
Highs
did
and
you
lows.
wait? Did you go?
Uh,
You don't want to say?
I
you
said
go?
my low
Amy's
was
is no
mental
comment.
turmoil with Lauren. I
Okay.
tacked on to Lauren's low. Oh, I have to have a high. Oh, I made a bracelet. That was a high.
What about? Didn't you have fun at the pool
I
this
watched
week?
Hallmark. Oh yeah.
Amy's living her
Oh.
best life.
Oh yeah.
I started. Oh my gosh! I went to the pool and this lady's like, "My little bookworm, how are you?" I was like, "Oh, thank you."
What?
Is your pool not busy?
I have so many friends. I have all these random, like,
feels so
literally.
seen.
Yeah, they try to talk to
I'm
me.
literally
like,
Catherine. I have like a million, like, literally 50, 60-year-old women friends at the pool.
Oh, that is the best type
Like,
of
what
friend.
are you reading? I'm like, Kristen.
Oh my
Hannah."
gosh.
She's like, read this book. I'm like, oh, look it up.
Oh, I love it.
it's so
You're like
fun.
one
Wonder what it
recognizes
is.
real.
It's the one that she told me to read.
Real recognizes real.
When someone also loves to read
Yes.
and they see you, you're like,
It's
got any
so
Rex?
fun.
I love it.
It's so
It's a club.
fun.
Amy and I are bonding over
Oh, yes.
a new author that
Yes.
I haven't read yet, so I don't know how I feel.
I just read the samples
Then
on
how are
Kindle.
you bond?
Okay, I'll tell you. So
she sent it
what
to
happened
me.
was I put out an Instagram like not poll, what is it? Question box. And I was like,
Yes.
hey, for all the reading girlies, like can everyone give me your recommendations for like summer books? And someone recommended Denise Hunter.
Yes.
She's like a Christian, I guess she's a Christian author, and she writes books that some have been turned into like Hallmark movies.
Which I looked it up, and Lauren, one of her Hallmark movies is the birthplace of "This is too much reality for a fake engagement."
Oh my gosh.
It's-
iconic.
Like, oh, one of
But
the
they're
most iconic
like,
Hallmark
I
lines.
noticed that she had several that were like North Carolina small beach towns, and I'm like, oh,
Ew.
I love stories that it's like for me like little beach towns. I'm like, I just want to pretend like
Yeah.
I'm there
I mean, yeah.
because the beach is so far away.
Hello, the last song.
Yes.
Yes, no, that's literally what the
Hello.
vibe is. So I just got one of her books at the library. Say it's Bookshop by the Sea.
Oh, you got it from the library. Okay.
Yeah, so
Wait,
I
what is it
downloaded
about?
The
it's about a girl who like
bookshop by the
her
sea.
family's having all this turmoil, and then she has to like take care of her
goes into the
siblings.
bookshop.
But her dream is to open a bookshop in this little beach
Maybe
town.
I should get into fiction.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I've been
That's
You
saying
like
this for so
feeling it.
long.
Some like dramas.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like we could make
I
some
think
Rex.
you would like Kirsten Hannah, potentially.
Yes, I think she
I
would like
think
Kristen
that
Hannah
the
too.
time might have come for me to get
Oh,
into fiction.
you just sit there and you're like, I am at the beach.
It's been years
Yes.
since I've, well, not really. Actually, I was reading some last year, but since I've like really been consistently
It's
reading
so good.
fiction.
Yeah, I've read some really good ones
Wait,
this year.
so what's your highs and lows?
I
Yeah.
think my high. I think my high is that Christina's pregnant. Honestly, that's the best news.
Wow.
That's so exciting. I just feel so happy for her. I don't really know
And
what my
I'm
low
doing
is.
your birth month.
I know she's due like right by my birthday and Ace's birthday too. Well, he's the end of the month, but still that's
In the
so
middle,
exciting.
right in the middle.
Oh my
will
gosh,
be
another
cute.
March baby. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's such a cutie. And it just,
So this is how mom
I
felt.
feel so emotional because
She's
Asa
pregnant
is
with
so
you.
special. The third baby.
Oh, it's my third in March.
He's my little angel.
Wait,
I'm
it's you third in March, Asa third in March, my
yeah,
third in March.
I know.
I
I'm
love
the
it.
third baby born in March, and I had
And
my
I have
third
my
baby
second
in
in
March.
August and my third in
I
March.
know, that's
just like
crazy.
my mother. And I have boy, girl, just something, but then we'll see.
So wild.
If this
yeah.
is a girl, it's Catherine.
Oh my god.
But Tristan's already.
But
I
is
don't
it
have-
Tristan?
I
Maybe?
literally already have Catherine, so actually no.
I'm like, was I that wild
I'm
as a
hoping
toddler? I
it's-
think I was.
Amy.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it
Who's
was
the
so
easiest?
cute.
Not you, not you. No, you were easy, but you bit people.
That's not.
She didn't bite mom.
Okay, fine.
She
If-
needed
Yes,
to
I would
bite.
just
Okay,
be
you didn't
biting
bite
the
Mom,
siblings.
and you didn't bite me.
She just be biting Baron and
Only
Tristan.
people that were attacking me.
Okay,
Who
fine.
deserved it?
She had to defend her.
I wish for Lauren, Amy, Joey.
It's okay. You don't
Lisa.
have to wish for me.
Alex was
Lauren,
easy.
Amy,
You
Joey,
already got
Lisa,
me.
All of
Alex,
us were
Oh
easy
my
except for
gosh.
you and Michael.
and Nick
And
and,
Nick,
Kath
and-
in toddler years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was a
fine.
really sweet kid. I was just a very wild toddler.
You were
That
an
was
easy
very
toddler
bratty.
who said, "That's not final."
I was a rat toddler.
Yeah, I was telling the babysitter, not my babysitter, that about how you said as a child, and that's not final. And she's like, that's definitely something Tristan would say.
Yeah.
Tristan says to her, and next time I will never get in my car seat. Next time I will punch you. That whole thing.
What did
But she told me yesterday. She said again to me, "I like you, Mom," and then she said, "You will not go to jail," because she wanted me to go to jail.
You
Yeah,
will
so
not go to
And she
jail.
said, "The police will not come get you. The police will not be eating donuts." And I was like, "What? Was that in one of your shows?" I think
Oh
it
my
was.
gosh.
And she told you one day she's gonna break your house with a hammer.
She's gonna crush it and break it
Okay.
with a real
Strong
hammer.
woman.
Oh
She
my
would
gosh.
though. She's definitely strong enough.
Anyway, do we get to them all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lisa is not here today as usual. You guys know the drill. But for anyone new, Lisa's supporting her husband through his cancer treatment. So please keep them in your prayers. They really appreciate it. So that's why she's not here. But she's always in our TikTok shoots and in all of our new original music. So you got to go to Instagram and TikTok, and there you will see Lisa. And then a couple announcements of the day. Pre-save. You have a couple days left to pre-save. Never too late to begin. The reason I'm pregnant, that song. I listened to that song and then I said, this is the month to get pregnant, literally.
Wow.
that
I
weird?
can't believe it.
That's the
That
reason
Could have
song-
I'm
never
pregnant.
foreseen that
It
when I was
alters
writing
your
it.
brain chemistry.
Literally, I was thinking, I
opens
don't
your
think June.
mind.
I was thinking, I don't think June's the month. Then
Then you
I
were
had
like-
to listen to it on repeat for like mixed notes. And then I went on
Lauren
a walk.
brainwashed her.
I went on like a 45-minute walk and I listened to it on repeat. And then when I finished the walk, I was like, it's time to get pregnant.
Oh
Isn't that
my
crazy?
god.
Wow.
She knew.
That's
So if you listen to this song, it will change
careful.
your life. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
It'll
be
open your
careful with
mind.
this song. Be very
get
careful.
Just by
It comes out on Friday. If you're watching the day this comes out, then you have 2 days. Or we have today. You have today and
Yeah.
tomorrow.
pre-save.
Get ready for a great, fun, upbeat, uplifting song. That's the perfect triathlon also kind of song.
Yeah,
Yes.
for all you triathletes.
Yes.
Well, probably none of you, but it's fitting for this.
Hey, this
Yeah.
song is the reason I ran the only mile I've ever ran in my life. Twice.
Which,
I-
by the way, that's like so fast of like a, what is that called?
Keeping
Like,
on pace with it. Yeah.
whatever, like
For these
step,
legs?
Boom, boom, boom,
How long
boom,
was it?
boom, boom, boom,
Or
boom.
how fast?
She was
No,
doing
I
for
was saying
two
the
legs,
pace
so
running.
big.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
when we were doing that for the lyric video, I was like, dang, this is fast. And that's how
Yeah.
fast we ran.
'cause I
for a
always have to
while.
walk
Just got a lot
fast. I gotta
less.
walk fast.
Less
But
legs.
but still, that's just like a lot of like, I
Scampering.
mean, it's like
It's
a
a lot.
quick
Yeah.
movement.
I listened to it 4 times in a row or 3.5 times and ran a mile. Twice.
I love it.
Boom. As I said, please pre-save Never Too Late to Begin. It makes it so the song will automatically be on your phone when it comes out. And it also really helps us with the release because it tells the streaming platform that people want the song and it should push it out to more people. So if you want to support us in the release and just have the song conveniently already on your phone, pre-save Never Too Late to Begin comes out. If you're watching this the day this came out, 2 days from now, July 11th, 7/11, Friday. Never Too Late to Begin. Our first upbeat song of the year. We don't have actually that many upbeat songs as Cimorelli original songs. Like, I don't think so, right?
No.
This is one of the few upbeat Cimorelli songs.
I love it so much. This might
I'm
be my favorite.
so excited. if you want to get every full episode, you got to join our Patreon, patreon.com/Cimorelli, link to the description.
Cimorel.
You get every full episode. You get all of our past episodes, all our past videos. Guys, we have so many cool things on Patreon. All these past series we've done. There's an exclusive live stream where we tell you something no one knows about. We play new songs. We tell you release dates. We do every Monday. We do a video. Guys, we have such cool studio vlogs from all these songs. You can see us you see us actually writing these songs. I was just watching the one for Never Too Late to Begin. I don't know if it just came out when you guys are seeing this, but it's you're playing it to us and then the beginning of it, and we're talking about what we think it should turn into, and it's different than what we were saying initially, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the process of a bunch of these songs, which is really cool. And then here's some recent videos we've uploaded. The behind the scenes. We do a lot of filming TikToks. We show you what it's like when we make our TikToks, so you can actually see that.
Vlogging around here.
Writing
now.
our song "Bittersweet." We just did a little snippet of that. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Myself again, performance video behind the scenes of that. The vlog.
Did you say the unreleased demos?
Yes. Oh yeah, we do an unreleased demo every month. This for the month of June. This is July, but for the month of June, we just did "I'm a Mess" demo.
Love
And
it.
we did the Myself Again demo, which
So
was just
good.
me, which is really good. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. So anyway, that's that. Before we get into the triathlon, we need to thank our sponsor, Shopify. Thank you, Shopify,
We
for
love
sponsoring
you.
this episode. We love you. So we love Shopify. We're using Shopify from day one for the Cimorelli merch store. So it's really exciting to have a sponsor who you actually use from day one. So we started the Cimorelli merch store with Shopify, as I said, and have had zero problems. They have been so amazing. So attention, anyone, business owner, future business owner, you're in that area, you're looking for that for your business, or maybe in the future, Shopify is exactly what you need. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style. Accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Cimorelli. That is shopify.com/Cimorelli. Go to shopify.com/Cimorelli. Woo! All right, ladies,
Slay.
let's get into the triathlon.
With our
First,
triathletes.
question, triathletes. So tell us, why on earth did you choose to do a triathlon? Take us back to the moment.
Yeah, take us back. Take it back now,
When
y'all.
was
Because
this?
Lisa texted us.
I wish Lisa was here
When
for
was
this
this
episode.
last
This
summer?
was like, yeah, I think it was like last summer.
No, it was
Yeah.
it wasn't last summer. It was like almost the beginning of the year. It was like winter or
What?
like fall.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, fall
Wait,
of
what are you
last
talking
year?
about?
That wouldn't be the beginning of the year.
Oh,
No,
Wait, what are you
I think it was like August.
Yeah.
You saying the end of the year?
I think
Yeah.
it was it was the
It was
summertime.
like August or
Yeah.
something. Because I remember it was like a while
killing
ahead.
me.
Yeah.
Lisa texted our group chat and was like, "Oh, guys, we should do this triathlon."
Well, actually, I don't think that was what she said. I think she said like, "Oh, it would be cool to do
Okay.
a triathlon."
she
or
said I
whatever."
didn't know there was.
I think she was-
sprint triathlon.
She was kind of like bringing up the idea like, "Oh, I want to do one day," and then I was like, "Why don't we do the one next year?" And she was kind of like, I don't know. I think she was kind of hesitant at first, but then everyone else was like, "Oh, let's do it," and we kind of all
Yeah.
started like hyping each other
So
up.
why did you want to?
Just seemed fun.
I don't know. Yeah.
It did seem
I don't
really
know.
fun.
Seemed like okay. I was like, well, if they're gonna do it, I could probably do it too, and like
Didn't want to be left
probably
out.
take the no. But I was just like,
I
I
didn't
could
wanna be
probably
left
take
out.
the challenge. I think I have time. But I also was like, well, we'll see.
Yeah. I think it was just the thrill of like doing something different and new that I'd never done, something really challenging. I was like, I think I was only like 4 or 5 months postpartum when we like talked about it, but I was like, oh, I'll be a year, like he'll be sleeping by then, which haha, that's a joke. But yeah, it was just sort of like exciting and new and different, and we'd never done that before.
Okay.
So yeah.
What was your previous athletic background so we could get an idea of what
For the viewers at home.
what your life was like before?
Well, for me, I did like swim team and random stuff, random homeschooler sport things. But I stopped all athletics when I was like 10 or 11 when we moved.
Literally,
I didn't do anything.
16 years ago?
Any sports or anything. I would like go on walks, run kind of, but I never ran more than like 2 miles. That was the one thing I ever did in my life. So not
I've
very
never done that.
much athletic past.
Okay.
It's weird for me because I did a lot of athletic things, but I've never considered myself to be like a skilled athlete.
But you were like a runner for a while. You'd run
Yeah.
like 6 miles.
I did, in terms of like the sports in the triathlon, I did a lot of sports in childhood, like almost every sport that was available. But I did swim team for 10 years, and I started running on my own, like not on a team, when I was like 19, and I ran for about 5 years. Pretty consistently in Malibu. I would go to the beach like almost every day of the week and do like a 3-mile run, and then I started going up to 6 miles.
That was
When
so
was the
fun.
last time you ran before deciding to do the triathlon?
Oh gosh, I think it was in Malibu when I was like 23.
yeah.
So
many
and so it's 10 years before the triathlon.
Oh, so we have like 16
I mean,
years and 10
I might have
years.
gone on like a couple of runs in Nashville, but not really. And I didn't really bike. I biked in Malibu.
I feel like it was so much easier to exercise in Malibu because the climate was so
Yes,
much
it was
nicer.
so nice. Yeah, when we moved here, I was really like erratic. Basically, the last 10 years, like I didn't have any like type of organized. It's kind of just like going to the gym, going on walks.
It's hard
whatever.
because it's hard. You can't really exercise outside here that much because it's either way
Oh my
too hot
gosh,
or
yes.
way
Do
too
like at
cold.
night or something.
gotta be in the
Yeah,
morning
or
or
be
the night.
indoors, which I hate.
Yeah.
So how did you guys train?
Yeah, what'd you do?
You could go
It
first.
like it kind of just so okay. I wanted to start really early because I was so nervous. I was early postpartum when I first signed up, but I had a lot of like mostly with my kids obstacles of like they got sick for like months and months. Like literally, we were almost constantly sick from the end of November to like the end of January. So it was like 3 months or whatever of straight sickness. So I was very delayed of my start. But I got to the beginning of February and I was like, I have to lock in and I just got to do it. I was still exhausted from like a lot of sleep deprivation from sickness and also just Asa still being not a great sleeper. He really didn't start sleeping through the night until like a month before the triathlon, which I'm grateful for that. But I was just like, I just have to do it because I only have 4 months. So I would say I really locked in on training at the beginning of February. So I had a solid 4 months where I was very consistent under my belt.
Love it.
I feel
Well,
like I
but
kinda
how'd
had
you
long-
do it?
Oh, what did I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you do it?
So I started with ChatGPT, but I started getting really nervous because I was like, what if this isn't actually good? It's just a random AI. So I found this man, shout out to you, Taryn Gazelle.
Shout out to you, Terry.
I found him
Gazelle.
on YouTube and he was like, he created this triathlon app that helped, like you put in the date of your event and it like makes you a custom plan.
That's
So I
cool.
just followed his, which was a really easy to follow format of you do five workouts a week. You do swim, bike, run in the middle of the week, a shorter, more intense workout. And then on the weekends, you do run and bike longer workouts because those are the 2 events that are the longest. The swim is really short. So I was doing 1 swim a week, 2 runs, and 2 bikes. So I just followed his plan. And it was great.
Cool.
I was just like, I didn't want to listen to anyone, so I listened to myself.
Oh my gosh, that's my
I'm
nightmare.
Well, okay, I was just like, okay, I'm going to start in January. So I have 5 months. And then I just wrote every week of every month and was like, okay, here's where I'm at. And I'm just going to slowly increase week by week so that by the time I get there, I can do the distances. So I just made my own plan that was just like slowly increasing. And then I just like crossed it off in my notes app. So I actually have every single thing I did
Wow.
written
Wait,
out
that's
in a note.
cool.
And like
Yeah.
some weeks it wasn't that much, but mostly by when I got closer, I was driven by fear that I wouldn't be able to complete it. So I was just like, oh, I gotta step up now.
Let's get into that because
Yeah.
you guys were talking a lot about like the mindset stuff, and there's a lot of. I just from the outside, I just noticed there's a lot of like ups and downs mentally, and a lot of like mental obstacles
Yeah.
of you guys
Yes.
being like, can we even do this? Or even like, I noticed you had mental obstacles about doing the triathlon and then about doing the training.
Yes.
So tell us about those.
Oh my
Well,
gosh, so much.
for me, I really was like, I don't know that I can consistently do this just with like my mental health issues of like, if I go into like a depression, like how am I supposed to get up and run 3 miles when I'm just like
True.
can't really do things? And I was just like, that was my main fear, was like, or with like anxiety and like, well, I didn't sleep and I'm anxious, how am I supposed to like have any energy to run? Like I just felt like I was like mentally impaired too much to be able to do that. So that was like my biggest fear with it, and it was really like encouraging seeing that I could still do that consistently with like the ups and downs. And I think it actually really helped my mental health.
Oh,
Really?
So
A
it's kind of a
twist.
trick. Yeah. Like, because it's harder to fall into those spirals when I was like, well, I got to do this. It's like,
Yeah.
it ended up being a lot of a pick-me-up of like, oh, I'm so tired and dead and I just feel so like demoralized. I don't want to do this right now. And then I go and do a run and I'm like, oh, that actually wasn't
You're
bad.
like, I did it.
And
when
then I felt
horrible.
like good after. I'm like, I'm
What a
clearly so exhausted. There's no way I could do this run right now, but I'll just do what I can. And then the run is like way easier than I thought. And then I actually have energy after. It's like
That's crazy.
really a
That's
trick.
wild.
There was a lot of mental challenges for me in terms of like, I think starting at like, I think I was about, well, I guess I was close to a year postpartum at that point. But when I originally kind of started a little bit in September, just like doing a few things, like I got a bike and I did a couple of workouts, but I just felt so weak, and I could feel
me
like,
too.
yeah, I was like, I feel like I can feel that I've given birth. I don't feel strong. I don't feel like I have endurance. Like, and I remember those first runs, I was like, I felt like I was just slogging through like quicksand. Like I was so, my body, it was just like, I couldn't get it to go. And I just remember thinking like, what am I, like, am I crazy for doing this? Like who, like maybe I should have waited. Maybe I jumped the gun. I would see videos of people like, oh, I'm doing my first 5K. And I was like, I should have done that. I should have done something where like, why did I choose something that has a 20K bike, a 5K run, like a 300-meter swim? It was so much for like a first thing that I was like, I am a little crazy.
I
for
know.
doing
When
this.
I first did a swim, I did like 2 laps and was like,
How many
can't
laps
do this.
was it?
It was
about
like
13.
13.
Because
Yeah.
I've heard that that's the thing that makes most people not do triathlons is the swim. It's
Yeah.
like they're most scared of the
It is
swimming.
Most
so
people are scared
hard.
of the swim. And I think for us being swimmers, we were probably a little bit more like,
prepared.
I was
Yeah,
just
I was like, I
yeah,
can do
we're
it.
very comfortable in the
It's just
pool.
so
Yeah.
hard. Swimming is so hard.
I was the most worried about the bike because the bike was,
Yeah.
I knew that was the meat of the race, like the longest portion. And that was the thing I had the least experience with. So I was very nervous about the bike. But I would say mentally, it was like, I kept doubting myself, and I really had to face a lot of self-doubt of like,
Yes.
like that kind of makes me emotional. But like being a kid, I remember my siblings when I was like little being like, quitter. And I had that in the back of my mind
She
of like,
would. Which Tristan does the same thing.
yeah, if we were playing a game
When
and
she
I didn't
gets
like how they
frustrated,
were acting, I'd be like,
Tristan's the
quit.
same thing. Yeah,
I'm
She
quitting.
Kath would quit all the time, and I'd be like, I can't play if it's just Michael and I.
Yeah.
We'd be so mad that she would always
Quitter.
quit on us.
Yeah. So I think in my
She's taking
mind,
her
I was
power
like,
back.
and I also feel like there were so many things I was excited about in the beginning, and I would quit. I would just be like, I don't really want to do this anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of my undiagnosed ADHD. So anyway, I just was nervous that I could really do it and really follow through. And what helped me the most with my mindset was listening to podcasts of ultra marathoners, ultra runners, and like triathletes. My husband, who's a personal trainer, like he helped me find this awesome podcast called Farewell by like the Growth EQ is their blog. And I would listen to what these runners had to say. And I got so many good messages. One of them literally was basically quoting like kind of what Brene Brown says about vulnerability, about like she quoted the man in the arena, and she's like your races. I mean, hearing this woman who literally can run for like hundreds of miles in like crazy conditions. It's like, it's not about, oh, every time you just win and every time you're doing so well and you're slaying it every time. It's like, no, you're showing up to do it. And when I said to my husband, I was like, I was one of the slowest people. Like, it's kind of embarrassing. He's like, yeah, out of the people that showed up. Like, I mean, it's true though. It's like, think about it. Like, what you said, there was 300 people. It's like there's hundreds of thousands.
Hey,
if not
I
a
didn't
million
show up.
of people.
I was there.
I didn't
It's
show
like
up.
it doesn't. You don't have to show up. It's like a lot of people don't have a desire, and that's totally fine. Like, you
No,
don't have
I
to do a triathlon.
pictured myself doing it, and I was like, I'm gonna be so much slower than everyone else. There's no way I can even try.
Well, when I was looking around, I'm like, these are so many athletes.
I
Like,
know.
Yeah.
all
So
these tall people.
intimidating.
I
who
know.
are, like,
Yes.
really
Oh my
muscular.
gosh.
And I was like,
Yeah, that was crazy. So the last thing I'll say is the song that got me through the entire training. I listened to this almost every day that I went to the pool. Is The Mountain Is You.
Yes, I remember you.
That was my song, and I would just get teary like driving to the pool. It's like it's like the mountain is you. The only person standing in the way of doing this is you.
no, I feel
So
like
don't let it's not. No one else is discouraging me. It was just myself. I had to really overcome. And then there was one last thing that I heard, a mindset thing that like really struck me, was this other ultra marathoner. I think her name was Courtney something. On one of the podcasts, she said like she was basically saying how like joy, she's like, you have to find a way to find that joy in like the middle of like the pain cave and all this stuff.
You took that one
And
seriously.
I really was like, you know what? That is so true. Like, I was always slow. I was never that good of an athlete. But like on swim team, I got like the coach's award. And I remember the coach being like, I could see your smile from the middle of the pool.
yes, you could see yourself
And I
in
was
the
like, you
middle
know,
of the
I may
pool.
not be very athletic. I may be very slow, but I do have joy.
I got a smile.
And I was like, this is my, I feel it. I was like, this
Yeah.
is my superpower, is being positive and like remaining like positive and hopeful in the midst of like being in pain, being uncomfortable. So that
Let's
was
go
what
into
I-
the race then.
Yeah.
What was okay? Tell us your mindset going into the race. How are you feeling? And then tell us the race recap. And then Amy and I gotta tell you our
yes.
love.
I will
How are you
say,
feeling the night before? Let's
well,
start there.
okay, the day before we went to like register and
Oh
blah, blah,
my
blah,
gosh.
and that made me so intimidated. I was so
And you were
scared. Yes,
Oh
and
my
I had a
gosh.
stomach virus
And
too.
she had a couple days before you.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, you both
Horrible.
had stomach
And
virus.
I just felt like you know, like it's like you were saying, like you look around, you see all these like athlete people, and I'm like,
gosh.
I am not this.
You see
I
these
am
like
not
ripped
you.
men. I'm like,
Yeah, there
And
was
women,
a lot of crazy people.
I'm like, and I just felt like, honestly, the like how big the event was really causing me anxiety, like social anxiety. I was like, there's so many people, and that like I don't know what this is, but like there's all these rules for the event and all these things, and what if I break the rule on accident, or I don't know what I'm supposed to do? Like I don't know what I'm doing
Yes.
was really, really intimidating. And like seeing all these people that just looked
Look like they
very,
know.
very prepared, I just felt like so like small. Like I did not go into it feeling any like, yeah, I'm gonna do
Confidence.
this. I was like,
Yeah.
I am a lowly worm's underbelly right now.
I
Like
feel
I
that.
was so did not want to do it. Anxious. I threw up the morning of because I was
Oh
so
my
anxious.
gosh.
I was like, this is horrible. Why am I doing this? I don't want to do this.
honestly, me lugging in my old creaky bike from Facebook Marketplace, and seeing all these men in there, and women too, but I don't know, for some reason the men just have this like sort of cocky like vibe.
Yeah.
Because you're all together.
And they've got these like super nice bikes, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just this like woman
and
who
they
just
have
had
those
a
like
child.
aerodynamic helmets.
Oh my gosh, I know. I was like, I literally got my helmet from Walmart. It's the
Yeah.
same one I've been training with. Like, I just felt kind of like, all right, hopefully I can finish. That's my goal. That was honestly my only goal, was to finish. Well, that was my main goal.
I felt like I had like stage fright, like the same way I
Yeah.
feel before that.
Just the
like,
uncertainty. I remember the jitters.
And so many people. I'm like,
Oh my
go
gosh.
away, go away.
Yeah, we were both standing. We were standing on the dock together, just watching people get in for the swim.
So scared.
And I was like, I can't believe we're doing this. Like, are we really doing this?
Yeah.
Like, it was such a like, it gives me butterflies now to think of. It felt like when we were auditioning for a play.
Yeah.
You're like about to audition, you see other people going, and you're like, here we go.
Imagine jumping a frozen lake.
All or
Let's
nothing.
go like section by section, so then Amy and I will just jump in on the sections that we were in.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So the beginning, were you there in the beginning?
Yes.
Okay, so
We got
everyone
there,
and
we
you give
watched
input
them
on the
check
beginning.
in. It was so fun.
Oh my
Okay, so the
gosh.
swimming.
got
Tell us the
there.
swimming.
Oh, okay. Well, I made Kath go first. I was like, she's
Like,
going
you
before
go
me.
first.
But
Oh my
the
gosh.
second I got in the water, I was so
It was
cold, and I was
freezing.
so scared.
Like,
I was
I'm
just
gonna
like, I
die.
gotta get out of here. And I was like planning to like actually swim like freestyle, but I'm like, I can't see anything. I'm in this
Yeah, we
like
were in a river.
dark river, so I can't just be like la la la. I know where I'm
You have to
going.
keep your head
So
up.
I was just like swimming with my head up
Yeah.
and then doing like
Was
breaststroke
everyone
and
else
just like
having their head
I saw like,
mostly. Or no. Most of them had their head up, but I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
what Nick did. Our brother Nick, who's
Oh
like
my
Nick got
super
one of
swimmer,
the fastest
Nick
he did
swimmer
so
times.
fast. So
He did
I'm
one of
sure
his fastest
he had his
times.
head down to get that
Yeah.
time. So
It
Yeah,
was
he
so
must
cold.
have.
Yeah,
Very-
Nick and Joey did the opposite, where they did not train 1 millimoment for this whole thing.
yeah,
To
classic.
be a male in their
I can't wait
years
to get
old.
to the end and talk about theirs, but we had you
And
guys
athlete.
and then 3 brothers.
Yeah.
Nick,
Yeah.
Joey, and Alex
Well,
in it.
and then also like finishing the swim, I was already exhausted, and I was
you're like,
like,
"Oh,
oh
no."
no,
Yeah, what?
I did not like just doing the transition. I was like, and now I'm gonna have to do the rest of it. Like I was done after the swim. It was over for me.
I just was I did all my practice. We did 1 open water swim.
Yeah.
We did all our practice in a pool.
Yeah.
So swimming in a freezing, it was 62 degrees,
so
which anything below
cold.
60 is considered like kind of dangerous. Like it was
Yes.
literally right on the edge.
Oh gosh.
Luckily, it was warm out
freezing.
though.
Yeah,
But,
it was hot
But
out.
I just
Yeah.
jumped in, and I think my body, I started having like, I think I had a panic attack during the swim.
Yeah.
And I was just like treading water, doing breaststroke, kept my head up. Like I was like, I just got to get through this. And when we got
we were
out,
just doing breaststroke.
I was shivering
doing
and kind of
breaststroke.
hyperventilating a bit just because I was
Oh
so
yes,
my
it was
shocked.
so cold.
And it's like people don't do a cold plunge for 3 minutes. Like
Yeah.
it was felt like a long time to be in that cold of water.
I
Yes.
saw like fully grown man like hanging on to like the grate of the river for his life, like
Yes,
getting
scary.
Scary, yeah.
Like people were like,
But
it
we had
was
the
not
current
easy.
taking
yeah,
us.
this poor man kept like accidentally getting hit into me by the current, and he was like, "Sorry," and I was like, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay."
Yeah, it did
my
not
gosh.
look easy at all. We were watching also, and we were like, "Oh my god!"
It's weird because I was like, "Oh, the swim, I'm not nervous at all," but it ended up being probably one of the hardest
Yeah, it
parts
was
just because of how
scary.
cold it was. And
Yeah.
it was
Okay, so you
unexpected.
get out and you
It
go
was
to
so
the bike.
exciting to watch.
Yes, and I was just like,
Oh.
oh, this is so annoying. I can't believe I'm doing this. That was me the whole time. So annoying.
bike? Freaking
And I
bike
got on the
ride.
bike, and literally, so they have like signs that tell you like each mile, so you like know kind of where you're at. I reached mile 2, and I was like,
Are you freaking kidding
I
me?
can't do this.
felt that too.
It's been 2 miles.
like it
I'm
was 2
done. I'm
hours.
already done. And everyone's passing me. Pass. I'm going so slow. All these people like, you can do it. Good job. As they pass me, I'm like, that's how you
Makes you
know.
feel so slow.
Don't give up. I'm not giving up. I'm just going. Like this looks like giving up to you. Okay. The bike, and it was scary. It was so scary because we were on like a main like
It was
what
like
do
a
you call it?
freeway,
like
almost,
a highway,
that was blocked off.
and you were like going up these huge hills, going down these
Huge.
huge
Really?
hills.
Yeah,
There's
we
like
had a total of, it was almost 500 feet elevation gain
yes, I'm going
for the
500
entire
feet.
thing.
And
For,
there's
like,
like
yeah.
potholes on the road. There's cracks. You're going so fast. There's a bunch of people on your left. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And I'm like, I'm going to hit a rock or a hole and fall off my bike and die right now. That's how I
No,
felt.
that's what I
I
would
was
feel
so
like.
scared.
It's crazy.
What about you, Kath?
it? Similar to Lauren, the first 2 miles, I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? This is
Horrific.
This is the longest thing
Those
I've
hills,
ever done."
I was like, I
will
can't
say-
make it.
Lauren said something to me right before the race that saved me. Lauren was like, "Oh, you should try," because I was like, I'm nervous about the run. I always run with the music.
Oh,
Lauren's
yeah.
like, "You should try praying the rosary." And I was like, that is genius. So in the very beginning of the bike, I started panicking, and I was like, I believe in God, the Father
Almighty.
Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. And I just started going through the rosary, and I made it through the whole, I did the Sorrowful Mysteries.
Yes.
Which was so good. Like, and that kept me in the game, because I started kind
Yeah.
of, I think the mental panic was honestly, I feel like the bike physically didn't feel that hard.
Oh,
it was more
hard for me.
mentally
Mental.
sitting there on this freaking
like
pile
believing
of-
you can do it.
Blame believing in your bike, as we know on the podcast.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
That was
as
an
you
act
know,
of
my bike
trust.
was literally on its last leg. So yeah, the first few miles were so hard, but once I hit the halfway point,
Yeah, I was like,
I
oh,
started
got
being
it.
like, I can do this, and I was like,
Yeah.
I kept saying to myself, like, Kath, you got this, and I
How
was
many
like,
miles was it?
it was
12.
I think it was like
Four.
12.4, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So but you turn around, you go up this huge hill, and then you have to turn around. And you're like, gotta do it again.
Yes.
But I was like, I couldn't
Oh
even think
my
about it.
gosh.
I think I actually was so in my my mindset for that bike ride because I was like, I got this, keep going. And then as soon as I got halfway, I was like, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Oh my gosh, I've got to be so close to the end now that I made it halfway through.
Yeah.
I was so proud of myself that like I got through that bike ride because it was very long.
And this is
Yeah.
like where I got there. Okay, so this is the fun part, I will say. So I got there on the bike part at the end of Alex and Joey and Nick.
Yeah.
And basically the end of the bike was on one side, and then if you like run across a bit, the finish line for the running was
Yeah.
on the other side. So we were all like waiting over there at the bike ending area. We were like, all right, we got to see them. I think Alex is going to be here any second, whatever. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And then Alex made it through.
Yes.
And then Nick came like a minute later or something.
no, he came like a few minutes
and he
later.
was like yelling at us. And he was like,
how
far ahead is Alex?
far ahead.
Because you could tell
That
he
is
really
so
wanted to beat.
He really wanted to beat Alex.
Really wanted to beat Alex.
And
And Joey comes shortly, and
It
he's
was
looking
so
pretty tired.
Fun though.
Yeah, 'cause
Like
he didn't train at all.
it was so. There was also it was a little bit tricky because they lined. I didn't realize that they each jump in one at a time to the river. So
Yeah.
like they were at completely different times.
It was
in
very
the lineup.
staggered. Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a number lineup. It was just
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
first come
random.
first serve. So the
looking
boys
around.
were already probably like 30 minutes ahead of you.
yeah,
Yeah.
they
Like,
started
timing-wise.
way earlier than
Then-
us.
Because the doc.
Lauren
waiting.
came through.
She looked so mad.
We were yelling. Like, "Oh, Lauren!" And she's
I was
like,
like,
Stop.
stop telling me to go. I already went.
We
She
were like,
I was like, why is she rolling her eyes at us? She was like, ugh. And she looked so mad. And I was
Although when you were like, reach down to the bottom of your soul, I was like, oh, she's right. I got it.
I yelled at her.
I don't even. Did you guys see me? I don't remember you
Oh,
guys.
we did.
Oh, so then
we were
Kath-
scared for Catherine because
were
we
like,
didn't know if
oh,
her
no.
bike was broken or not.
We were sitting there just like waiting.
You're like, where's
oh,
Kath?
Oh my gosh, where's
Is her
Kath?
bike broken?
Is she gonna make it through?
Is she okay?
And then Kath comes through and she's like,
She's smiling the biggest smile we've ever
Like,
seen. And
because
she
I
was
was like,
so
I
happy.
she was like, yeah.
She was like, yippee-ki-yay!
We were like, what?
We were like, Kat's so happy right now. We were very happy.
In
Oh my
between, we had to
gosh,
like
I'm
run back
crying.
and forth. So we're like, oh, Alex is about to finish the running. So like running there, and like, Kath's going, run back. Like,
to
run
rush
back.
Catherine. So we ran back to find the other boy.
That's honestly impressive that you were able to get to each
Yeah,
spot. Like
I
the
know.
mental
We
gymnastics.
did. We ran back to the finish line and we see Nick finishing.
Yeah, we were
Oh my
like, what?
We see Nick finishing first, and he had
Yeah.
passed up Alex in the
They
run.
apparently busted out a 25-minute
5K.
5K
Yeah.
with no training at
Crazy.
all. Not any
gosh.
running was done beforehand. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
it's
it
what
was
you
really
get for
funny.
long legs these days.
So then we were waiting for these two to come by. So, and how was the running?
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
And
hot.
then we get to
I
we
mean,
get off
it
our
was so
12-mile bike
It
ride
was hot.
in the heat of the day.
I just did walk, run, walk, run, walk, run. And I was praying the rosary the whole time because I was like, this is the only thing I can do right now. And I was like, okay, I'll run through all the decades and I'll walk through the glory be and like the intro of the next one. So it was
Yeah.
just like run, walk, run, walk, run, walk, run, walk. And people, every time I walk, be like, don't give up. I'm like, I'm not giving up. I'm walking on purpose.
You're like,
Yeah.
you see me giving
But
up,
it was
I'm
so
going.
hot. I actually felt like I was going to pass out.
Ooh.
When I was getting close to the end, like my eyes were like closing. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But I was ready to like sprint it out for the very
You
end.
finished like
And
a
I
gazelle.
sprinted.
Which she did.
Because there was this one guy who was like kind of like neck and neck with me the whole time. He kept stopping to walk and run too. And he was a little bit in front of me, and I was like, I have to beat this guy. I have to. So I sprinted, and I beat him by like 2 feet.
I was wondering, like, Lauren started sprinting in the very end. I'm like,
well, because first I was sprinting, and then I like sprinted again because I was like, I gotta get this guy.
I'm so proud of you.
Lauren did look the same, and then she coming there, she's like, ugh.
Yeah.
She looks like that. We're like, go, Lauren.
We're like, guys, you're like, oh, find the joy and whatever. I'm like, find the suffering. And it's like, I'm like I can suffer through this. Yes, and I do tap into my anger. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I love that.
It's so
and then
nice.
what about you? How was your run?
The run was brutal. It felt so long. Like, I know it was, I think mine was like 40 something minutes, but it felt like it was like 2 hours. It was hot.
And you just biked 12 miles
Oh
and
my
had a panic
gosh.
attack
I
in a
was
freezing
so
liver. That's a lot.
But I did make a goal. I was like, I don't want to walk. Even if I just keep running and just go really slow, I don't want to walk. So, and it was honestly demoralizing though, because I saw so many people walking the run, and I was like, oh, I gotta keep going. I can't stop. So I just tried to block them out, and I just kept praying the rosary. I got water at all the water stations, and
see, also, I kept like choking on the water though. I drink and they're like,
you just chuck the cup behind you, like, just drop it.
Yes, that was me.
But I noticed one of the ultra runners that I listened to, she had said, like, it's funny the things that stick with you in the middle of the race. And the one quote that came to my mind, like probably the day before in like my last training session, was like, an object in motion stays in motion. So I kept thinking that. I was like, stay in motion.
Laws of physics.
Stay in motion. And I was just like, at least I'm still moving.
Yeah.
And I just kept moving. That was something that I did learn in training that I feel like I brought into the run at the very end. There was like, I was so tired. I was hot. I was sore. I was just like kind of over it. But there were so many moments in training where I was in pain, tired, didn't want to do it, and just kept like kind of forcing myself to do it. And so I feel like I grew that muscle in the months before where I was like, just do it, just keep going. And kind of, it sounds bad, but kind of ignoring your body because you know you're not hurting yourself. Yeah. Your body thinks you're hurting it, but you're not actually hurting it.
Yeah, and if you're not having like an actual symptom,
right.
It's like...
Yeah. And it was fine.
I feel like I was honestly just so demoralized the whole time.
Some people telling you keep going.
Well, no, some of that was nice, but just from being passed and people being so fast, especially on the bike. And it was just like, I was not happy. I did not feel good about myself. I was like, L. The run made me feel the least bad because a lot of people were walking. There like wasn't like everyone was sprinting. The bike, it was literally felt like every person right now is like, boom, boom. And I was like, how are they doing this? I don't understand.
What am I doing here with these people? They are literally just slapping me.
I wish that I wouldn't have been so demoralized, but I don't know how I wouldn't have when it's like I was already so intimidated, anxious, like afraid, like I was already like I just went into it not feeling great and then just like demoralized. So I was just kind of in the mode of like just execute.
Yes.
With rage.
With rage.
Execute with rage. Yes.
So then Kath coming through the finish line was the same as before. She's like,
she was so happy. Yeah. It was
very
so
slowly.
funny.
Our parents were freaking out. We had so many people there. Everyone's like, wow.
So many
We had
people.
this what a cheering section.
Getting to the finish line and seeing like our family, our friends.
There were so many of us.
Like,
we're like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I just like burst into tears because I was so grateful and that everyone was there, and also I just felt so proud of myself. I was like, I cannot believe I just did that. Like, what the actual?
Our parents were so proud.
They
were so proud.
My face was like red as like
a tomato.
Mars though, like really.
I was a little scared for you. I will say.
Yeah, but my face
like,
gets really red though when I run in the heat already. So I was like, hey, this happened before. But because I sprinted so much in the end, I couldn't like talk to anyone either because I was like breathing so heavily. So like, you okay? What do you need? And I was just like. And I just went over and laid down on the grass. are you okay? I'm like, I can't speak yet. I need to catch my breath.
I thought it was funny how everyone got like free beer after. Yeah, like their beer tickets.
Oh
And
my
Betsy's
gosh.
dad was so excited about his beer at the end. I was like,
so
love
funny.
that for you.
Okay, he is in his
70s?
wait. I thought 60s.
Late 60s?
I thought he was in
I
his
think.
60s. So that's
Mid to late
not
60s?
our collective father-in-law. No, that's our brother's father-in-law. But we were like, we've seen him a lot
Yeah,
around.
he babysits
So
a lot.
we've seen him around a lot, so we like know him, which is weird 'cause he's not our brother-in-law. But
Yeah.
yeah, we were like really cheering for him. We're like, oh my gosh, it was really cool to see all the
amazing.
people like in their 50s and 60s
Oh
that
my
lady
God.
that was
70s.
like
Yeah, that's
70
crazy.
and she was power walking the end in her pink
Yes.
outfit.
And then
I was
everyone
like,
my
would
gosh.
just cheer
I
when
wanna be
one of
her.
those people would come. It was really, really inspiring.
That's
I will
iconic.
say.
yeah, it made me want to
It
do
made me want to
it.
do one so
It made
bad.
me wanna
Guys,
do it.
you
guys should
should.
do
You
it.
can
I
do
was like,
it.
I actually
Well,
think I
my
could
timeline's
do
a
it.
bit out.
Yeah, you're not you this.
If we can do it, you guys can do it.
Yeah.
I totally
They
was
have it
like,
every year.
because I also didn't sign up because I was like, I've
years from
never
now.
ran a mile in my life. I
Which you
cannot
can
do
do
a whole
now.
triathlon without running a mile. I know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can run a mile. I can do anything.
So then,
Yeah.
what's your biggest takeaway as we wrap this up? What's your biggest takeaway
Yeah, what's your
from the
biggest takeaway?
triathlon?
I think for me, like, just that I can do so much more than I think. And I think
Yeah.
especially when you have mental health, you just get so, like, I don't know what the word
Held
is, but
hostage?
like, I can't do things. You just think
Yeah.
that you can't do anything because you see yourself, like, struggling so much day in and day out and like, oh, I'm just not gonna do this, oh, I'm too tired, but like, it really showed me how much more I have in me and like how much resilience I have, and like if I actually like dedicate myself to something, I can do it even though it's really, really, really hard. And like, I just feel like I pushed myself further than I ever have. And it was like,
Yeah.
really, it's like, oh, it's just like a physical thing, but I feel like that's crossed over into other areas of my life too, of like adversity and like things
That's
being
awesome.
difficult, of like, oh wait, I can do hard things and I can do more than I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely same here. And the other thing that really made an impact on me was the profound impact of small steps. Like every workout helped and counted, to the point where like I did this physical thing that took me like over 2 hours. I've never done anything that long. I mean, literally endurance for that long before.
Yeah.
And so many of the workouts were just like 30 minutes or easy.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't pushing myself, but it was the fact that I showed up, that I just kept showing up over and
The
over.
consistency.
Yeah. Like my dietitian had a really good thing. She's a runner and she runs competitively. And she was saying like, every training session is a deposit, and like in your account, and it just keeps adding up over time. And it's just interesting, like in the moment you're just kind of like, oh yeah, I just went and swam today, like it was like such a small part of your day, but over time it makes such a difference, and to the point where you're doing something that you literally never thought you could do, that felt impossible when you signed up.
Yes, literally.
It's just, and I think that's such a metaphor for life. Like you never know those little things that you don't even know that are so small. Just the fact that you're being consistent can really make a difference in the end.
I love it.
Too real. Love it.
What
Thank
an
you for
inspiring
sharing.
tale.
Love it.
Crazy.
Wow.
Let's go to our 5 povs, but I actually don't have Lisa's, unfortunately, so it's our 4 povs.
You can be the 5th.
Tell us your pov in the comments. Okay, this is from, oh yeah, we never heard her name. Is it Hosanna?
Oh, I have no clue.
I can't remember.
On Patreon. If you want to be a part of the 5 povs, you want to be the question, you got to be a patron. What are your go-to plans for the weekend?
Oh.
Easy.
Plans.
Nothing is my go-to plans. I love it when I have no plans, because then I just try to get everything in my house on track. That's my go-to plans.
TVH hanging out with Mel is my go-to plan.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
usually
you.
like watching a movie
Yeah,
or
shout out,
something is a
Ron.
go-to plan.
Mine is clean my house, and it's a joy.
Meal
love
prep.
that.
Well, if you're saying plans like socially,
That's my plan.
Yeah.
it's to watch
Nothing
a movie
socially.
probably, or a show with someone.
But we actually went out last weekend and it was so fun.
Yeah, but that's not my go-to.
It's not a go-to.
Except actually, I do have like a weekly check-in on basically mostly Saturdays with my BFF, Kira. So that's my
I thought you were gonna say your husband.
in person. No. In person or on the phone.
I feel like I just try to survive the weekend. Like, get groceries, clean. Like, I honestly just try to get the boys outside. That's like my goal every weekend as much as possible. We don't really do anything because we don't have time. I don't know.
Weekends are busy.
Just trying to catch up and survive.
All right, let's move on to Sister Spotlight, where each week a different sister has a spotlight on her. We have Get Real with Christina, Katherine, Sappy or Sass, that's with Kath, Lisa's Corner, Amy's Rants and Raves, Lauren's Take. Boom. This week the sister is Lauren's Take. So if you want to be a part of Lauren's Take and you want to do the questions, you need to
Join our Patreon.
join our Patreon and be a patron.
Okay.
Lauren, do you believe, this is a great question for Lauren,
Oh,
do you
no.
believe in having regrets in life?
Do I believe in it?
That's a great question for you.
Do I think you should? If you did something really bad, yeah. You should probably
If you
regret
killed
that.
someone, you believe they should regret it?
If it was not justified, yeah.
Yeah.
Justified.
Well,
That's not what I was expecting her to
guys,
say.
if someone was trying to literally kill you and you
you're
killed
not gonna
them,
regret
I don't
that.
think
that's
I would regret
justified.
that.
You're
'Cause,
probably not going to regret that.
like, you might, like, you'd probably feel bad.
You'd feel bad.
And that's
But you're probably not
natural.
gonna
But
regret
I don't know
wouldn't
that
go
you
back
would
and
regret.
change it.
Maybe
Okay,
you would.
wow.
Maybe you would. But
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay. That was from Wes. From Kelsey, what's your favorite song, I'll say, so far on the new album?
Oh, yeah.
I think right now it's actually Carry On.
Oh.
Gosh.
It just hits in a way nothing else does.
Mine is one that we
Yeah.
haven't teased yet that you wrote that starts with a T.
Oh, we
This isn't
did
my
tease
take.
that. We put
No,
it
we
in a
didn't.
random YouTube video only.
What? We did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
It's called Tennessee.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Okay. From
You know what? Not accidentally. I purposely, I guess. I told one of our fans the release date of Never Too Late to Begin before we announced it because they won one of our pre-save calls and they asked me.
Okay,
Oh,
there
So
you
I
go.
told them.
You get the info. From Tammy K, what is your toughest professional obstacle and how do you overcome it or at least try to?
I feel like burnout is
Yeah.
like avoiding that and like staying like creatively fresh and being able to like consistently like pour into my work. And I don't exactly know because I don't avoid it, but I guess at least try to, but I just try not to go too hard because then there's a crash after that. I trying to pull back actually more so I can have more of a consistent pace instead of like up and down and up and down.
Yeah.
But it's hard too.
From Olivia, when is the summer merch coming out?
Soon.
Pretty soon.
We'll be announcing it soon.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part of recording a full album?
Just how much there is to do.
Yeah, you are doing
What's the
so
hardest
much.
part?
I mean,
you are both doing so much.
Probably
Yeah.
oh, thank you.
but I'm just saying.
You have a whole other load with all the mixing and the mastering.
Yeah, kind of like it's just like all these pieces that have to fit together of like, okay, here's all the songs. When are they going to get done? Every single step of each song, when is that going to happen? And actually making it
details.
happen. And then like, oh, I got to get this from this person, that from that person, and that from that. When are they going to do that? Where did they put the song? That. Like there's just a lot of details and it's very like
And then why
a
did
lot of
Amy not
moving
rename
pieces.
her new vocalist version?
yes. Why did she give it the same name as the last one?
Because I deleted the last one out of the folder.
They didn't delete from my computer.
How are you supposed to know?
Exactly.
You're so right.
And then last one from Hosanna. What is one or two things you're looking forward to for the rest of the year? Any fun plans in the year?
I might be going to Montana
What?
Oh my gosh, I want to go to
Wait,
Montana.
with my man.
I
For
wanna
what?
go
Just to
there.
go.
Wow, that's
So that'd be fun. Go to
Oh, I
Yellowstone.
gotta go.
Are
there.
you kidding?
Wait, have you been there or no?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we went. It
loved
was
it.
amazing.
maybe I'll do a family vacation in like 5 years.
So I might be doing that.
Ooh,
But we'll see.
Love
be
it.
fun.
Yeah.
Montana sounds fun.
Wait, that's so
Great. Well, guys, thank you for participating in Lauren's Take.
Thank you.
Love ya. Reminder, please pre-save. Never too late to begin. You only have 2 days left to do it. And if you're seeing this later, go stream it. It's out or it's about to be out. Thank you for supporting this song. It's so exciting. Our 3rd single of the year. Just so excited about it. So thank you guys for supporting, and make sure you remember to pre-save or stream whatever day you're watching this on. All right, that's that. We'll see you next time.
Bye. You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.